Usman, Alifia. Okay, students, as you all know that we have started the chapter number 6, that is plants making food. We have discussed about the structure of of that in leaf we have seen there is a leaf plate, and then in the leaf plate we have seen there is a center main vein also there, which is we named as a midrib, and with midrib there are many fine small veins as well. And in the inner side of the leaf, we have seen so many small stomatas. Stomatas are those which help the through which exchange of gases take place, and water vapors also released from these stomatas. And we have read about the petiole and the stepule. Petiole basically is the stalk of the leaf, and stepule is small pear-like leaves that is on the base of the stepule. So before mute your mic. So when I call the student name, he or she is be able, then Maisha, kindly turn on your camera. Usman, you too. So your attendance should be Mark Abdul Subhan, you too. So here is our today's food, making of food in the leaf. So how the leaves make the food in the leaves, we have said that these leaves work like a kitchen for the plant. Like in our kitchen, we are going to make a food. So similarly, here in the plant, the kitchen of the plant is known as the leaf. Alifai, now you can hear my voice properly or not? So, students, as you all know that this color of leaf is green. Why the leaf color is green? Because there is a substance that is present in the leaf. The name of that substance is chlorophyll. Due to the presence of this chlorophyll, the structure of leaf is green. And these green colors helps these plants. As you how the plants make their food, we will discuss the processes known as the photosynthesis. Photo means light and synthesis mean putting together. So the process, with the help of light, the plants need the two basic things. First one, the thing the which plants need for the process of photosynthesis is a water. The plant draws up water and minerals from the ground through the roots. These are the roots of the plants. As you all know that we give water to the plant in the roots. So with these roots, the minerals and the water is moving upward through the stems, and then it's moved towards the leaf. And what is the second thing, which is first one is for photosynthesis, first thing which is needed is the water. The second thing is the leaves take in the carbon dioxide from the air and release oxygen. Second thing, two basic things for the requirement for the process of photosynthesis. First one is the water, second one is the carbon and dioxide, and third one is the sunlight. This sunlight gives chloroplasts energy to make sugar. Sugar is basically the food of the plant. So these are the three things. When the water and the carbon dioxide and in the presence of sunlight, the plant is able to make their own food. When they make their own food, the food of the plant is known as the sugar, and then we can get oxygen and sugar in the result. Reactants, what are the reactants in the product of photosynthesis is the water and the carbon dioxide. In the presence of sunlight, they make the sugar, that is the food of the plant, and then they make the oxygen which is needed for us, for all the living creature. So here is the equation of photosynthesis. What are the basic requirements for photosynthesis? Again, carbon dioxide plus water in the presence of sunlight. What plants make? The process of photosynthesis occur. Photo means again light. Synthesis mean putting together. So in this process, plants make glucose. Glucose basically is that sugar which is made by the plant in the during the process of photosynthesis. And this glucose is basically the sugar that is needed for the plant. Photosynthesis and students, here are the two we have seen in our world. There are so many plants. So in the picture you have seen, they do not have leaves. You cannot see the leaves of a cactus. Cactus is green in color, and which prepares the food, and which prepares the food. As we all know that food of the leaf is made by the food of the plant is made by the leaf. But in the cactus plant there is no leaf, so their stems are green in color, so their stems plays the role of photosynthesis. Their stems prepare the food for the cactus plant. So a second plant is named as the mushroom also is not a green. So how mushrooms uh, prepare the food? Mushroom didn't prepare the food, it takes their food from the dead plants, from the soil, from the dead plants, from the environment. So these two things, these two plants have a difference from the others. In the cactus, the mushrooms, they take their food from the dead matter. The dead matter, which is under the soil. When someone we bury something on the ground, their their waste is necessary for the plant. That is known as a dead matter. We also named has this process as a decomposition. Decomposition is a process in which germs and bacteria attack on that living thing which is on the ground, and then they, in the given result, they give us a food to these mushrooms. So like these mushrooms and cactus then prepare their own food. So here is our page number 43. There is an test that these the potato has done the process of photosynthesis for checking that is there is starch is enough present in the potato. First we are going to take a potato and we are going to peel it off, uski peel को remove करेंगे. Then what we are going to add it, we are going to add iodine solution. This is a iodine. Read in the chapter number 1, there is in carbohydrates. We have seen their carbohydrates rich in potatoes, rice, sugar. So for the presence of these carbohydrate that is present in the form of starch as well, starch is also a type of carbohydrates. So for showing indicating the presence of carbohydrate, we do this test, that is we add the iodine. And if the color of potato change into bluish black, then it means that starch is present in that potato. If it doesn't change its color, it means that starch is not present in that potato. So here is the next is energy flow in living things. How this energy, as you all, energy is coming at, as you all know that plants make their own food and we eat lot of food in the form of fruits and vegetables that we get from the plants. So you have seen that the basic source of energy is coming from that we eat is coming from the sun. That is known as the energy coming from the sun is also known as the solar energy. When these energy is giving to these leaves, when these leaves prepare their food and absorbing solar energy to the chemical energy, solar energy को chemical energy में वो कैसे convert करें when the plants are going to make their own food. जैसे plants अपने food को prepare करते हैं, this energy is converted into the chemical energy. अब यही जो leaves हैं आगे वो कौन खा लेता है, that as the grasshopper or the lotus or different insects eat these types of plants. So you can see this arrow indicates a sign that this plant is eaten by the grasshopper. So this grasshopper is further eaten by a frog. So this arrow sign indicate the eaten by. So this frog are eaten by here the energy of the sun is transferred in the plant, and when this plant is eaten by grasshopper, the solar energy is also converted into the grasshopper too. And when this grasshopper is eaten by the frog, the and solar energy definitely transfer to the frog as well. And when this frog was eaten by a bird, so there is like this energy flows in living things, like the nutrients will be transferred from one to another. So we can say that uh, directly or indirectly the major source source of energy for the living thing is sunlight. Indirectly कैसे directly कैसे कह सकते हैं, we eat fruits and vegetables, as you all know that, or for making of these fruits and vegetables sunlight is necessary. When we eat those fruits, definitely those plants who make their food in the result of photosynthesis, they need the sunlight. So directly or indirectly the food we eat is basically the major source of that food is the sunlight. Like we also eat the animals, and when these animals eat food, their food is also they some plants eat some animals eat few animals eat plants, and some eat the other animals. So those animals who eat the plants are known as herbivores, and the source of herbivores also the plant. So we can say that the solar energy is also transferred when we eat and uh, when we eat meat or the flesh of the other animals. So this is also called the energy flow of living things, how energy is going to be transferred from the plant to the different animals or the human beings. So this is also this process is also known as a food chain. Here is a different types of food chain you have seen. First one, here is a cone. Cone was eaten by arrow sign indicates basically this food is eaten by that animal. This arrowhead is indicate that on plant was eaten by rat, and rat was eaten by owl. So this is a three linked food chain. So these are the food chain which tells you that how energy is transferred from one thing to another. In the second food chain, here is a four linked food chain. Carrots was eaten by rabbit, and rabbit was eaten by fox, and in the end, fox was eaten by the lion. This is a food chain. Here you see that first energy is transferred in the rabbit, then this energy is transferred into the fox, and then later on this energy fox energy is transferred to the lion when he eats the fox. Last food chain is at grass. Grass was eaten by the grasshopper, and the grasshopper eats the frog, and frogs eat by the pythons or the snakes or the alligators we can say. So these snakes was eaten by the eagle. So this is also a food chain which is linked up together. So till here students we are going to read, and one by one I will recall the student name who is going to continue the reading so you can be understand by yourself. So from page number 42, making of food in the leaves will be read by, the reading will be continued by Maisha.
The leaf
Yes,
is
Maisha.
like the kitchen of the plant. Leaves have a green substance called chlorophyll. The chlorophyll absorbs sunlight that falls on the leaf. At the same time, carbon dioxide from the air enters the leaf through the stomach. Water absorbed by the roots stomata.
Through the stomach, through the
Water
stomata.
absorbed by the roots move upwards and reaches the leaf through the stem and the veins. Chlorophyll uses sunlight for energy and changes water, carbon dioxide gas into sugar. This sugar is plant food. The process of preparing
Okay, and
food
uh, Maisha also read, do you know?
which are green in color, so their stem prepares the food. Mushrooms have not green, are not green, and cannot make their own food. These plants live on dead matter. This process
Okay,
of
thank you.
preparing
Thank you, Maisha. Next student who is continue is Mohtisam. Yes, continue from
Assalamualaikum.
page number 42. Walaikum Assalam. Continue from page number 43.
बस कहाँ से शुरू करना है?
From the beginning of the page 43.
This process of preparing food from carbon dioxide and water by using sunlight is called photosynthesis, means putting together. During photosynthesis, oxygen is produced by the leaf and is given out through the stomata. The food prepared by photosynthesis is used for the growth of the plant. Extra food is changed into a substances called starch and stored in different parts of the plant.
Okay, students, thank you, Mohtisam. Here you have seen the diagram of photosynthesis. That, as you all know, that the basic thing for the process of photosynthesis, students, take your pencils in your hand, and here you are going to write down this equation. I am moving back the slides. This equation you are going to write down there. First one, you are going to write down carbon dioxide plus water. Write down only these two things: carbon dioxide plus water. Here, then make the arrow, and in yes,
मिस मिस किधर लिखना है ये सब?
ये below the line where you have ended the reading, Motism, that different parts of the plants before एक्टिविटी से पहले, और ये इस लाइन के बीच में जो स्पेस आ रही है उसमें लिखना है. फोटोसिंथेसिस की इक्वेशन क्या है? दैट इज कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड प्लस वाटर. Arrow का साइन बना, sunlight you are going to write down here on the arrow, and in the result you can get the food, that is sugar plus oxygen. Note it down on your box. Again I am repeating.
टीचर
Yes,
कहाँ
who
पे?
is saying teacher?
टीचर यहाँ पर?
जोहा, ये एक्टिविटी से, हाँ जी बिल्कुल, ये एक्टिविटी से ऊपर जो स्पेस है ना थोड़ी सी, here you are going to write it down. Carbon dioxide plus water. In the arrow, here you are going to write down sunlight.
टीचर हमने ड्रॉ भी करना है?
No, you are just only, uh, no need to draw the picture of the plant. You are just going to write down the names. Again, I'm saying that carbon dioxide plus water make a arrow sign, and in the arrow you are going to write down sunlight. Then in the result they give glucose, that is sugar, that is food of the plant, plus oxygen. Student, everyone has noted down?
Excuse me, teacher.
Yes,
इसे मैं क्लास में लेते ही मेरा नेट का प्रॉब्लम था. ये कौन सा पेज है?
that is page 43, Zainab. So
मिस
on page yes, who's there?
मिस
मिस जैसे ये बनी हुई है पिक्चर वैसे ही सेम लिखना है।
सेम सिर्फ आपने लिखना है, आपने कोई प्लांट या सनलाइट नहीं बनानी, आपने सिर्फ इस तरह एक्टिविटी के ऊपर लिखना है कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड प्लस एरो का साइन बनाएंगे और उस एरो के साइन के ऊपर यहाँ पे लिखेंगे सनलाइट, and in the result we can get glucose sugar, that is the food of the plant, and then oxygen.
यस
Okay, we
यस
are not going to make any type of picture, we are just going to write it down. Zanab,
मिस
have you done it now?
मिस कार्बन
हाँ
डाइऑक्साइड के ऊपर
टीचर।
सनलाइट लिखना है या नहीं?
ये सनलाइट आपने एरो के ऊपर लिखना. Okay,
यस मिस यस मिस
Zanab done it?
टीचर 2 minutes।
Okay, do it fastly, then we are going to move forward to the activity, and activity will be read by Motism has done the reading. Okay, Zanab is going to continue from the activity. Zanab, I am changing the slide. Have
Okay।
you done it now?
Yes।
Okay, Zanab, continue then from the activity that is on page number 43.
Okay। Activity to show that salt food in potato is iodine solution. It is pale yellow.
Iodine solution.
Iodine solution. It is pale yellow or brown in color, but when iodine comes in contact with starch, its color changes to blue black. Take a slice of potato and add a few drops of dilute
Iodine.
iodine to its cut surface. Observe the change. The iodine solution changes to blue black. This shows that potato contains starch.
Okay, so in this page here is now you know you are that is visible on your screen. So take a pencil in your hand and also fill it. First one is that the dash is like the kitchen of the plant. So kitchen of the plant is leaf. Here is leaf was written. You are going to write it down on the first blank. Second one is that the dash in leaves uses sunlight for energy, that is chlorophyll. Write down in the first one is leaf, second one is chlorophyll, the last one is that
मिस आई हैव डन
okay, food prepared by the leaf is in the form of dash, is in the form of sugar. Note it down. In the first one you are going to write down leaf, in the second one the answer is chlorophyll, in the third one the answer is sugar. Done, everyone?
यस
So students,
टीचर
moving forward to page number 44, and this reading will be done by Abdul Subhan.
ओके टीचर energy flow in living things. We have just seen that plant trap the energy of sunlight to prepare food. They use some of this energy for their growth, but some energy is stored in their body in the form of starch. Thus, energy in starch is transferred to animals when they eat plant food. Animals use parts of this energy to work and grow and store a part of the energy in their body. When humans body of the meat eater in the form of food. This forms a kind of chain where energy flows from the sun to the plants and and then to animals in the form of food. Such chain is called a food chain.
Yes, student, this is a food chain, and in as I told you that when those animals who eat plants are known as the herbivores. So the herbivores takes the energy from the sun, and when they eat the grass, so their energy is transferred in their bodies, which helps them to work and play. And few of the part of the energy is stored into the body, and few of the energy is helped in their working. So similarly, in your books you have seen there is a food chain. Here was plant was given, and this energy used up कि उनकी जितनी भी एनर्जी है वो यूज हो चुकी है, and green arrow indicates that the एनर्जी ट्रांसफर कि वो एक एनर्जी जो है वो एक से दूसरे पर्सन में ट्रांसफर हो रही है. फर्स्ट वन इज द बेसिक सोर्स ऑफ energy was sun. You have seen in your books, from the sun the energy was transferred to the rat is a herbivorous. So this energy is transferred into the rat, that is herbivorous. When these rat was eaten by a bird, so this bird is a carnivores. Carnivores are those who eat the flesh, who eat the flesh or the meat of other other animals transferred into that bird. And when this bird is going to be either these rat and bird eats the small insects like either they eat earthworm or the insect. So they both what the food of these two, they eat the decomposers. Decomposers, again I'm going to tell you also can write where in where the decomposer was written. You can write the who decay. Decomposers are those who decay plants and animal who eat dead plants and animals. वो जो dead plants और animals से अपनी nutrients लेते हैं, they are known as the decomposers. आप लोगों ने अक्सर देखा होगा अगर कोई cockroach या lizard वगैरह को हम kill कर देते हैं और अगर उसकी dead body उठा के नहीं फेंकते हैं तो वहां पे ants आना शुरू हो जाती हैं. So these ants eat
Yes.
the dead and waste matter of these insects. So इस तरह grow करती हैं, और वो जो dead और waste matter होता है उसको हम क्या कहते हैं, decomposers. So till then students we are going to read it, and we are having only 10 minutes, almost 10 to 11 minutes. So you can open page number 40. Here on your books you have seen page number 47. Page number 47, there is a task. What they have said in the task, students, you are going to give 10 minutes, not the few more seconds. So fill in the crossword by using the clues given. First one is the across. Across means that you are going to fill it. You can see on your screen, you can fill it like this. This is the across. This one. So first one was written there, gas used by plants for making food. Who is going to tell me which is the gas that used by the plants in making the food? Yes, Zoha. Which is, yes, Alifia, Usman, you both of you can give me the answer. Which was
Carbon
the
dioxide.
gas? Yes, carbon dioxide. So you are going to write here carbon dioxide. In this you are going to write C, then A R B O N, then in next block D I O X I D E, carbon dioxide. So from the downward one, who is going to tell me that green pigment present in leaf? लीफ के अंदर कौन सा ग्रीन पिगमेंट होता है जिसकी वजह से वो अपनी फूड मेक करता है? यस, अगेन टू पार्टिसिपेंट्स रेज देयर हैंड, उस्मान एंड मायशा. यस,
Chlorophyll.
Stomata.
yes, No. Stomata is the opening. Green pigment is the chlorophyll. Maisha answer was correct. You have written the C there. Carbon dioxide C was written there, so you can write down like this. Here you are write down C already written. CHLOROPHYLL. This is the spelling of chlorophyll. Again, I'm repeating CHLOROPHYLL. Chlorophyll. From the across, the second one. Here is the across second one. Extra food stored in plant. So what is the extra food that was stored in the plant is? Yes, Usman. फोटोसिंथेसिस के रिजल्ट में प्लांट एक ऑक्सीजन बनाता है तो दूसरी क्या चीज बनाता है? हु इज गोइंग टू टेल मी? यस माइशा. No one's know that, students. It's a sugar. You are going to write down sugar as UGAR. Sugar. So from the down, the second one is that gas released by plants during photosynthesis. अब वो कौन सी गैस है जो plants release कर रहे हैं? यहाँ से start होगा. Here is the downwards. Yes, Zoha, you are going to. Two students raise their hand again. Osman and Maisha, yes.
Oxygen.
Which? Yes, oxygen. You are going to write down oxygen here. OXYGEN. Oxygen. Here. Now from the third one across. Process of making food in plants. क्या कहते हैं उसको?
Photosynthesis.
Yes, photosynthesis. You are going to write down here. Photo. P was already written there. Here you can write HO already written there. Then TOSYNTHESIS. Photosynthesis. Now moving forward to the down three. Here spores in the leaf. Tiny pores in the leaf is known as. उस्मान ने हमें पहले बताया था.
Stomata.
Yes, stomata. Here you are going to write down stomata. 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 Here. The last one. Chemical used to test presence of starch. कौन सा अभी हमने? Yes, iodine. Here you are going to write down iodine. IODINA. Iodine. IODINA. Iodine. So students, again I'm repeating from first one of across. Here is carbon dioxide. Then from down here is chlorophyll. From second one here is sugar. Second one down here is oxygen. Third one across is photosynthesis. Fourth one down is stomata. Third one down is stomata, and in the fourth one here is iodine. So student, this is your all the classwork, and in the homeworks what you are going to do, you are going to do your warm up, that is on page number 41. This is your home task. You can open the book, page number 41. I will explain what you have to do in your homeworks. So you have to collect a leaf and paste it here. आप किसी भी प्लांट का आप लीफ ले सकते हैं, कोई भी शेप हो सकती है उसकी. अब जोन सा लीफ लेके आप पेस्ट करेंगे यहाँ पे विद द हेल्प ऑफ अ ग्लू. सबसे पहले उसमें लिखना है राइट इट शेप. अब अगर आप कोई लॉन्ग लीफ ले रहे हैं तो उसका थिन होगी शेप. अगर कोई आप ये जो आपकी बुक में ही पिक्चर इस नीचे बनी हुई है लीफ की, अगर आप वो शेप ले रहे हैं तो इट्स अ शेप ऑफ अ हार्ट. फिर उसका जोन सा भी लीफ लेंगे उसका लिखेंगे व्हाट इज द कलर, कि उसका लीफ का कलर कौन सा. यू आर गोइंग टू राइट इट डाउन देयर. दैट इज आइदर लाइट ग्रीन, ग्रीन, पैरेट ग्रीन, whatever the color it is, you are going to write down there. सेकेंड थर्ड वन इज राइट द टेक्सचर, जोन सा लीफ ले रहे हैं उसका टेक्सचर मीन्स उसको टच करके देखेंगे, आइदर द लीफ इज हार्ड और सॉफ्ट, कि उसको टच करने पे आपको कैसी फीलिंग आती है वो आप इसका टेक्सचर में लिखेंगे। सो द काइंड ऑफ एज इट्स हैज, कि उसकी जो कॉर्नर्स हैं लीफ के वो आपने बताने हैं कि दे आर शार्प और दे आर नॉट शार्प or less sharp. This is your homework, you are going to do it. So students, if you are having any confusion you can ask me, as we are having only 2 minutes and 40 seconds.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम टीचर।
वालेकुम अस्सलाम फातिमा।
टीचर हमने जो ये वार्म अप आपने जो होमवर्क दिया है इसमें अगर हम लीफ का टेक्सचर पॉइंटी लिखें तो?
हाँ पॉइंटेड भी हो सकता, लीफ का टेक्सचर पॉइंटेड नहीं हो सकता, टेक्सचर उसकी मतलब टच करने पे उसको कैसा फील हो रहा है, कि आप उसको सॉफ्ट सरफेस देख रहे हैं या आप उसको कोई भी हार्ड सरफेस या कोई भी रफ सरफेस देख रहे हैं कि उसकी रफनेस फील हो रही है टच करने पे, वो टेक्सचर आएगा। अगर एज उसका देखेंगे तो वो शार्प हो सकता है, पॉइंटेड हो सकता है। ओके, एनी एल्स वन who feels any confusion in the
टीचर
warm up? Yes, Abdul Subhan.
क्या हम रियल लगाएंगे लीव की पिक्चर?
Yes, you can make the you can take the real leaf too, but if you take the real leaf then you it is not going to paste with the glue, वो simple glue से paste नहीं होगा, उसके लिए आपको UH स्टिक को लेनी पड़ेगी छोटी सी, उसको फिर उसकी मदद से वो इजीली पेस्ट हो जाएगा।
फिर मैं क्या
करूं?
करूं?
लेकिन एक बात याद रखिएगा कि लीफ को जब पेस्ट करेंगे ना आप फ्रेश को, तो स्कूल आने तक वो खुद बहुत ड्राई लीफ हो जाएगा, क्योंकि अभी आपने फ्रेश पेस्ट किया है तो वो सही फ्रेशली रहेगा, लेकिन आफ्टर फ्यू डेज आफ्टर सम डेज वो लीफ जो है खुद ब खुद से अपना कलर चेंज कर लेगा।
फिर मैं क्या करूं?
बस फिर कौन सा लीफ लगाएं?
लेकिन अगर आप लोग फ्रेश लीफ यूज कर रहे हैं तो आपने उस टाइम के अकॉर्डिंग लीफ के तमाम फीचर्स लिखने हैं जब आप वो लीफ लगा रहे हैं।
एक्सक्यूज मी, ठीक है?
यस,
क्या हम ऐसा ना करने कि तब हम स्कूल आने लगे होंगे ना उसके 1-2 दिनों पहले हम लीव भी लगाएंगे और सारा कुछ लिख भी लेंगे।
अब्दुल जबान, ये सिर्फ आपको याद रहेगा या एक दो स्टूडेंट्स को याद रहेगा, बाकी सारे भूल जाएंगे।
टीचर हम लोग कोई और पिक्चर लेके पेस्ट भी कर सकते हैं?
हाँ, अगर आपको कहीं से लीफ की पिक्चर मिलती है बुक में, जैसे कि कहीं पे भी लीफ बना हो सकता है आपकी प्रीवियस बुक में से, वहां से कट करके आप उसको देख के लगा सकते हैं।
हम पिक्चर भी लगा सकते हैं।